Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special edition on Nile TV International. Today, we are going to be discussing the very prominent situation, which is the Palestinian and Israeli file. The Israeli occupation military recently had said on Saturday that more than 250,000 people had fled Gaza City since it began intensifying operations there. Today we are going to be having with us Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the political analyst, to give us more enlightenment on this matter. Good morning, Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed? Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the political analyst, can you hear me? It seems that we are having a technical problem. Well, as we had been talking regarding the intensifying operations there, the United Nations has also estimated in late August that about 1 million Palestinians lived in and around Gaza's largest urban center. So we are wondering, and we are hoping to get enlightenment on how the UN will give in hand to protect and save the Palestinian people against the Israeli savage behavior. Also, we have been seeing world condemnation of how Israel is violating international laws by causing more disruption in the Middle East by its recent attack in Qatar capital Al-Doha. We are going to try to be contacting Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Ahmed. Can you hear me?
Good morning to all of you, Ivan.
Yes, sir. As we have been saying, Israeli military occupation said Saturday that more than 250,000 people had fled Gaza City since it began intensifying operations there. So, in your opinion, what are the options remained before Palestinians after suffering those blatant crimes and genocide war by the Israeli occupation?
Yeah, I think the position between the position in Gaza is very hard to any kind of civil citizens to be alive, because Israel destroyed a lot of houses and buildings related to Palestinian citizens and make the life very hard. But Egypt and Qatar playing a very effective role with the international community and the international organization and association in order to support the Palestinian citizens and in order to send a message. Egypt not agree with Israel in this is a situation of war and situation of destroying everything, destroying the infrastructure, destroying buildings, hospitals, schools, and also destroying UNRWA and all social associations and want to help the Palestinian citizens and support peace in Middle East. Egypt as a key country in Middle East and Egypt as a leader Arab country with cooperation with Doha or Qatar and with also supported by Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates and all Arab countries support the Palestinian citizens to be independent, and all the international community like France and like Germany nowadays sent a message to also Benjamin Netanyahu, please stop the war, stop killing the civil victims like children, like women, like youth, because this is not a fair war between a huge country and a huge military weapons with Israel against civil citizens from Palestinian or Gaza.
Yes.
President Sisi playing a very effective role as an Arab leader, and the Egyptian military force also supported Sisi, especially with the negotiation in Gaza and Israel. And I think Trump and USA also depend mainly in Egypt and in Doha in this fight in
Yes.
order to make the settlement of war as soon as possible and stop war. Israel all time not accepting the peace process and starting a war against Gaza
Yes.
and starting a war killing against the leader of Hamas and the leader of Gaza is negotiated last lasting in Doha from 2 or 3
Yes, Mr. Ahmed,
days,
on speaking.
and this is not accepted from the international community because the sovereignty
Yes.
of Qatar and the independence of Qatar prevents Israel to do such a war or action against a leader of Hamas, especially Qatar as a hosting country only working together with Egypt to solve the problem and stop the war.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed,
Egypt
speaking
as a
on
country
speaking on the
depends mainly in
Qatari.
the peace process and in the negotiation in order to find a final solution to the war between Egypt and between Israel and Palestinians, and try all time to make settlement of all the crisis before it takes place. But Israel still wants to take the way of war against Palestinian citizens because it's a victim and
Mr. Ahmed.
citizen.
Mr. Ahmed, regarding, as you mentioned, the Israeli attack on the Qatari capital, Doha, the recent attack is very, it violated all the international laws, and the Middle East is already on edge, and the region cannot handle any more instability. So what do you think of this? What is Israel trying to say by attacking a sovereign nation like Qatar in the Middle East? Is it trying to make the situation worse? What's going on?
I think Qatar have a good and solid relation with USA country, and the only country has the upper hand and has the power to stop the war in between Israel and Gaza. I think America or USA, and President Trump speak with President Tamim, President of Qatar, and he promised such attack or a war, such attack happened in Qatar, maybe lead to the first way to solve the problem between Gaza and Israel and stop the war. President Trump have already economic support from Tamim by a lot of billions of dollars, and this mutual cooperation between Qatar and USA make a pressure against President Trump to solve the problem and to
Yes.
also give the right of Qatar and because it's according to international law, it's not fair to because Qatar is an independent country, and the attack done by Israel not accepted from the international community or also the international organization to the peace process. Especially Qatar takes the peace process cooperation way between Israel and Gaza under the management of USA also. So Qatar have already international media make a push against Israeli citizens and Israeli government, especially Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and a lot of civil citizens from Israel not accepting war against Gaza,
Yes.
and a lot of citizens from Israel want peace process in the Middle East and peace process between Israel and Gaza in order to be in a very good situation. And a lot of civil Israeli people leave Israel to USA and to Germany and France until the war between Israel and Gaza and Israel and Syria and Israel and Iran stop totally, because it's not a suitable life for normal life for any citizen. Want to make a business, want to make a study in school, study in university, make a good life, or even as a tourist, also not accepted from anyone to be in area
Mr. Ahmed,
all time in war with different Arab countries.
Mr. Ahmed, Qatar said it will be hosting a summit of Arab and Muslim leaders, and that is to denounce the Israeli occupation attack on Hamas officials in Doha, as we had been saying, and also to show solidarity with the Gulf states. So what are we expecting from this summit? What are the outcomes that we could be anticipating?
Yes, so summit take place in Doha. It's very effective, and this is the right direction from Doha and from all Arab countries accepting the invitation to go to support Doha. It's a key country in the Middle East and in Africa also. Send a support official letter from President of Egypt, President Sisi, and all the cabinet, and also the Minister of Defense in Egypt support independency of Qatar, and Egypt not accept any attacks done by Israel, especially during the peace process, and also Saudi Arabia, King Salman and the Crown Prince Mohammed Salman sent the same message, and also President Zayed, President of Emirates, and all GCC leaders sent the same message with Egypt. We as Arab country not accepting Israeli behavior against the Arab country in the Middle East, and all of us not accepting the instability of area, because instability economically affect also the economic situation in Middle East, and the GCC country have also the pressure against America and against international community to lead Israel to accept the peace process and negotiation. The summit held in Doha will support the peace process in Middle East, especially between Gaza and Israel, and also between Syria and Israel, and also between Lebanon and Israel, and Jordan also at the same time, and Iran. We need settlement of all crises in the Middle East in order to be in a very good situation economically and politically, and in order to have also the chance from life, normal life. We as Arab country should have a normal life. All of us need a normal life without war, without any pressures from Israel. Israel cabinet all time make a pressure against all Arab countries in the Middle East. Sometimes against Iran, sometimes against Syria, sometimes against Gaza, sometimes against Jordan, and sometimes against Lebanon, and this is not accepted. Why you take all the war decision against independent country without the agreement of the international community and all the international decisions related to settlement of the crisis and the war between the different countries? So Egypt also at the same time hope as soon as possible the war between Russia and Ukraine should stop, because it's also affecting the behavior and affecting the economic situation in the Middle East, because all the Arab countries also have a relation with Russia and they have a relation with Ukraine, and also Europe country also bear some pressure, especially economic, because of the long time of this war. I think the key leader on the world is President Trump, President Macron, and the President of Germany, and all the leaders of China should stop the war and they try to make international summit supporting peace process in the Middle East.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed, basically we have been seeing the atrocities of the Israeli occupation in several Arab nations, and that is basically in starting off in Gaza. We had seen atrocities in Syria, Lebanon, the war with Iran, and now Doha in Qatar. And it seems like with the international condemnation that is happening almost every day, like the entire world and the UN councils, they condemn the attacks and the starvation policies that Israel continues and insists on doing. So, in your opinion, to what extent can diplomacy actually help Qatar and the Middle East region against Israel's international persistent crimes?
Yes, the international community like UN and the key country also like America, like France and Germany, I think all these countries need to solve the problem between, also need to stop the war between Israel and Gaza. But Benjamin Netanyahu and the cabinet all time not accepting the peace process and make a lot of problems. Even we try to solve this problem, Israel creating another new problem. Let's go back for 1 month. During the Israel war against Gaza, make attack against Iran, and make attack against Syria, and make attack against Lebanon, and a lot of occupation in Syria, occupation also in Lebanon, and trying to make a new occupation in Jordan, and this is not accepted by the Arabs. Today, the Israeli people and Israeli cabinet not accepted by the Arabs. Even we go back for 3 years, the diplomatic relation between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, for example, is a wonderful relation, and also the mutual trade is a good situation. Nowadays, I think all the United Arab Emirates people and citizens not accepting this wonderful relation with Israel. Why? Because Israel all time make attack and try to make occupation against Gaza and occupation against many different countries. So how come it's accepted to me as an Arab country leader, the United Arab Emirates, to still work together with the Israeli people and the Israeli government and the Israeli citizens and the Israeli company, especially in Dubai, is an open market for international trade. All this confidence and the respect between United Arab Emirates and Israel last month decreased. Why decreased? Because Israel is not accepting the peace process in area. All time speak about war. All time speak by weapons, not speak by diplomatic way. But at the end, the war not solving the problem. The only diplomatic way and the political leaders of the world can solve this problem and stop war. And the process and the negotiation of peace process should take the right way under the leadership of also international lawyers and international community, association like UN, in order to make a final agreement to stop the war. Not only temporary agreement, we need a final agreement and the final legislation, law related to stop the war between Gaza and Israel and make the settlement of the border and protect the border by international community and international association and international also military force. Egypt will play a very effective role in the coming 2 or 3 months.
Of course.
And all time the diplomatic also Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Badr Abdel Ati, trying together with Foreign Minister of the Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia and Qatar in order to make a pressure, international pressure against Israel to accept the peace process route and to stop war as soon as possible between Israel and all Arab countries in the area, and try to make final settlement of all the crises in the Arab area, and ask Israel all time to stop occupation of new land in Gaza or Palestinian as a key country in the Middle East, as an Arab country.
Yes, Mr. Ahmed Khattab, thank you very much. We had with us over the phone Mr. Ahmed Khattab, the political analyst, and he gave us insights on the continuation of Israeli atrocities on the Gaza Strip and the starvation policy, as well as the recent attacks in Doha, the Qatari capital, where Israel attacked Hamas leaders there and killed several and killed one Qatari security officer. Israel is persistent and is not stopping its war crimes in the region, in the Middle East region, where it is already on the edge. We are anticipating the summit of Arab and Muslim leaders to denounce the Israeli occupation attack on Doha on Sunday, and we are looking forward to see the diplomatic results and outcomes of this summit. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this special edition, and have a good night.